Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for July 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, Taurus, let's begin. We're tapping into the Taurus collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Taurus need to know for July 2026? What do they need to know for July? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Two of Cups. In the top row, we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Queen of Cups. Flanking the Two of Cups is the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands. And in the bottom row, we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords. And we have the Nine of Wands. Sneak peek now into August. Can't believe I'm saying August. We have Justice, we have the High Priestess, and we have the Three of Wands, and that leaves the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Taurus, let's clarify this for you now. We're using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with that deck, or with this deck, I should say, the images in this deck are a bit different. It does alter or change the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through them as necessary for your reading today. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for July 2026. We are clarifying Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords, Two of Cups, Ten of Wands, Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Wands for the Taurus collective. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified by the Six of Cups. The Seven of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Three of Wands. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Hangman. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the Star. The Ten of Swords is clarified by Strength. And the Nine of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Swords. Wow. Okay. Sneak peek now into August. We have the Magician. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Seven of Wands. And that leaves your Major Arcana card here. The Hierophant. Wow. To the Tower, to the World card. Okay. I feel like you are a hair away from ending something here. In your life. Obviously, we're going to clarify, but let me just give you the basics for now. Your overall energy for the month of July 2026 is the Two of Cups to the Hangman. I don't know who this Two of Cups, other soulmate, soul bond connection is. It can be professional. It could be platonic, meaning with a friend or family member. It could certainly be romantic, but in this Hangman energy, you're not quite sure what to do in respect to this particular connection. Do I continue working for this person, dating this person, staying married to this person? Do I continue being friends with this person? There's I don't know what I should do in respect to this connection. I don't want to make the wrong decision. So in the Hangman energy, it's like I'm trying to look at this particular connection from all angles, all perspectives. I want to do right by myself, but also for this connection. I just don't know what right is. There's a person here in your life, you're just like, I'm not sure what to do with this person. In the top row, you have the Seven of Wands to the Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords to the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups to the Three of Wands. The Seven of Wands to the Six of Cups. This is someone from your past, I should say, or currently in your life. I don't feel like this is a new person. In the After Tarot deck, the Six of Cups is returning to someone from the past or something from the past. But that Seven of Wands, you're putting up some boundaries with this person. So this is someone you've known for a long time. Like I said, professional, platonic, or romantic. You're not quite sure whether or not you want to continue engaging with them, or like I said, working for them. But it's like, until I can figure out what I'm going to do with this person, I'm just going to establish some healthy boundaries between them and I. The Seven of Swords to the King of Pentacles. Twofold message here, and we'll know more when we clarify. One, I want to be very strategic about this. The Seven of Swords could be a card of strategy. There's also something about pondering or wondering, if I continue to engage with this person, am I also sabotaging myself? because the King of Pentacles is you, whether you're masculine or feminine, in your highest vibration. So there's just, again, that twofold message. I have to be very smart, very strategic about this, but I also have to make sure that I'm not sabotaging myself if I continue to engage with this person. The Queen of Cups to the Three of Wands. This may be the person that you're dealing with, or this could be your feelings for them. So before I say anything more on this, it's just a decision about whether or not to move forward with this person. Seems to be what's weighing in the balance here. It's like, this is what you're trying to figure out. Nine of Swords to the Two of Swords. There's a lot of mental activity when it comes to making this particular decision. 10 of Wands to the Six of Pentacles. The belief here seems to be, if something does not change with this particular connection, it will become increasingly heavy or increasingly burdensome for me to maintain it. So if I'm going to keep working for this person, dating this person, staying married to this person, being friends with this person, the feeling here is like something has to change, because if something doesn't change, then I'm forced to walk away. In the Six of Pentacles card in the After Tarot deck, the individual is walking away because they don't feel that they're receiving enough resources from the other individual. So what are resources? Time, love, money, friendship, right? Commitment, loyalty. So it's like, if something doesn't change here, I'm going to have no choice but to put an end to this particular connection. The Knight of Cups to the Star. There's a feeling here of, and I think this might be this person coming towards you. I'm going to clarify this. There is a, almost like an idea here of, well, maybe this connection can be healed. And again, I don't know if it's you or them, so I'm going to clarify. But Strength to the Ten of Swords says no. No. On second thought, this cannot be healed. This person's never going to change. So it might take me a lot of courage or strength or perseverance to no longer engage with this person. But that seems to be the decision here that you're making. You're ending this particular connection. And that's the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Swords. I mean, we have two Ten of Sword cards here, Taurus. So this to me is like, definitively, it's going to take me a lot to walk away from whomever or whatever this is. But I intend on doing that. And I say that because in the deck I use for you, the Ten of Swords, the depiction on is very much like the original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. We see an individual laying on a beach, looking out at the ocean. The horizon is there. The sun is coming up. 10 Swords is the third decan of Gemini. This is the worst is over, but it's a painful betrayal or a painful ending. But there's also the feeling of, it can't get worse than this. The sun is coming up. New dawn, new day. Sometimes this is recoverable. Sometimes this is a betrayal or an ending with a particular cycle with someone, but we're able to make a recovery. There's no recovery here, and I'll tell you why. This individual is giving the sign, if you ever looked at the card closely, they're giving the okay sign. So there's something like, this sucks, but I'll be okay. Or maybe the situation is salvageable and can be okay. But in the After Tarot deck, it's dead, done, and over with. The connection is dead. They're the individual, and it's not the actual person dying, so please don't take it that way. This is explaining or depicting the connection itself. The connection itself now is dead. The connection is on a gurney. The Ace of Swords is held. This is your truth. You're standing in your power. And the friendship, the connection, whatever this is, the romantic partnership is being taken out to sea. There is no coming back from this. It's a decision that you're making to end it. Now, I don't know if you're definitively ending it in July, but the decision seems to be here. So I'm really curious. Let's clarify this. We're going to start with that Two of Cups here at the center of your spread here. Two of Cups. Clarify the Two of Cups for Taurus, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Two of Cups is clarified by the Magician. They could be a Gemini or a Virgo. King of Pentacles, there you are again. And the Six of Swords, bottom of that Queen of Wands, which we have the Queen of Cups here. So the feeling here, again, seems to be this inner dialogue that you're having with yourself. Should I move on from this particular connection, this Two of Cups individual, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or like I said, Gemini or Virgo? And then we have the Hangman energy here. Clarify the Hangman energy. This is the pause, right? I don't want to make a rush decision, a bad decision. I need to think this through. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hangman is clarified by the Ace of Cups. That is the truth. The Lovers, it's a choice here that you're making. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, and then we have the Fool card. Okay. So the decision here is Fool card, Seven of Cups, Queen of Swords. The decision here seems to be, I don't have full clarity on this particular connection. So before I proceed forward, I need a timeout. Now, I don't know if you're taking time off from work. I don't know if you're going to take a break from this person or family member or lover, but energetically and mentally, this is a timeout. This is before I move forward with this person. I need to pause and think about this or create some type of strategy or plan. Because again, it's like, I don't know what to do about this connection. Tell me more about that Seven of Wands, the boundaries here that Taurus is putting up. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. I mean, it could be an ex for some of you. Again, it's a general collective reading. I don't know who this person is to you. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Wands is clarified by Eight of Wands. Hierophant, that's your major arcana card. And the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, bottom of the deck, Ace of Cups, which is here also. So the feeling here, and please don't ever allow me or any other reader to tell you what to do, but until I can figure out how I'm moving forward with this person, until I have absolute clarity about what I'm going to do with them, again, I'm just going to put up some healthy boundaries. Tell me more about the connection itself and that Six of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Six of Cups is clarified. There's that Two of Cups. The Ace of Swords. Until I get clarity, Ten of Wands came out here twice. Until I have absolute clarity, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to quit the job. I'm not going to quit the friendship. I'm not going to stop talking to this family member. I'm not going to give up on this romantic partner until I have absolute clarity. Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords here. Very heavy on the air energy here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Swords is clarified by the star, more air energy. That's actually Aquarius. Six of Cups shows itself again. And then the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, there's that Strength card. So there seems to be a feeling here of, let me clarify that King of Pentacles, Taurus, but the feeling here seems to be this is not just a random connection. Like this is not a friend or acquaintance that you see once in a while. You either have known this person a very long time, and that's Ten of Pentacles. So again, it could be a friend, could be a boss, a business partner. It certainly could be your spouse. If it's not someone that you've known for a long time, it's someone that you have shared financial resources with, or someone that you generate resources from, meaning like it's a boss or a business partner or a really big vendor or a really big client of yours. So there's time or money tied in, possibly both for some of you, tied into this connection. That's why it's so difficult for you to make a decision. This isn't an acquaintance or someone that you met at the bar and now Saturday you're like, do I ghost them or not? That's not what this is. Like I said, you've either known this person a long time or there's money here connected somehow between you and them. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Pentacles is clarified by the Moon. That's that. I don't know what to do about this. The Five of Cups and the Death card. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. You're leaning towards ending this particular connection, but you have some fears, doubts, insecurities, reservations about doing that. I mean, I could be speaking to a Taurus. This is a job you've had for 10, 20 years, and you're giving serious consideration to moving on, maybe launching your own business. And I say that because we saw that Queen of Wands. The King, Queen of Wands are typically the entrepreneurs of tarot. So some of you may be contemplating that or going to work for someone else, like maybe even a competitor. So this is someone you've known for a long time, but there's a little trepidation here, a little nervousness when it comes to like moving on from them. Queen of Cups. Tell me about this Queen of Cups energy. That's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Tell me about that Queen of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Cups is the Hangman. So this is representing the individual that you're considering severing ties from. They don't have to be a water sign and they don't have to be a feminine. Seven of Cups. This is the person you're confused about. And the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, there you go. So Lovers. Again, it could be a lover for some of you. It does not a lover, ex-lover. But I'm looking at this more like the original meaning of the card. And the Lovers card in tarot, if you don't know, is the ultimate choice card. So there's something here at play. I'm not really happy. Four of Cups. I'm not really happy with this particular connection. There's not a lot of reciprocity here. So it's a job. I know they're not paying me well, but I don't know if I want to move on. You know, it's a boss who doesn't treat me fairly all the time, but I don't know if I should quit. I'd like to quit, but I don't know if I should quit. Maybe I should just stay here a little bit longer. Same thing if it's a friend, family member, or lover. You're not emotionally fulfilled, but because you have this entanglement with them, again, either emotional or financial or just time-based, there's a feeling here of, I don't know if I want to move on from them. Three of Wands. Tell me about the Three of Wands. It's almost like I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if it gets better. I'm waiting for clarity. I'm waiting. One more shuffle. Thank you. Typical Taurus fashion. You're not making any rash or rush decisions. We have the Sun. I'm waiting for clarity. That's the ultimate card of clarity in tarot. The World card, whether or not I should close this out, Tower. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles. And you've been sitting on this for a while. So I'm doing this reading here at the end of June, and it is for July 2026. So when you're watching this reading now in the final days of June, if this isn't resonating for you, I just don't feel it's your message. Because for most of you, you have been wondering what the heck to do about this situation, environment, connection for a long time. This is nothing new in that Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords. You've been looking for clarity about what to do about this connection. Nine of Swords to Two of Swords. I don't want to waste your time clarifying it. I just see you, Nine of Swords, being very much up in your head when it comes to making a decision about this particular person. I do want to get to that Ten of Wands because we have that twice here in your deck and the After Tarot deck. And then the Six of Pentacles. I see you walking away. So there's a feeling here of, if nothing changes here, then I have no choice but to move on from this. Ten of Wands. Tell me about this burden. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Wands is clarified by Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles shows itself again. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. For most of you, there's a conversation here between you and whoever this person is, this friend, this family member, this lover, neighbor. Again, I just feel like it's someone you know for a long time. The boss. There's a conversation here that things need to be equal. Things need to be reciprocal because presently they aren't. And because they aren't reciprocal, it's very heavy for me. So, I could be speaking to a Taurus where here in July, you decide to get up the courage, if you will, after you've gained clarity, and you approach your manager, supervisor, and boss and say, look, I've been here for X amount of time. I'm not receiving the raises or promotions, or I'm not making as much as other individuals in the industry are, for the position that I have. So we need to discuss some type of raise here, or a bonus, or a commission, or something. Like things need to be a little bit more fair. And same thing if this is just like the overall environment. You might not be asking for money, but you could be asking for improvements to the work environment. If it's a friend, family member, or lover, there's a discussion here about the lack of reciprocity, that you're giving too much time, or too much love, or too much affection, or too much investment of something, time, talent, you name it, and you're just not receiving equal back. So most of you will be having a discussion with this individual, and again, the feeling is like something has to change, or I'm moving on, or I'm going to find better. Tell me about that Six of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Six of Pentacles is clarified by Judgment. The Four of Wands shows itself again, and the Three of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, the Empress, another major arcana card of yours. You share this with Libra. So again, that judgment call here is made. I'm willing to work on this, or continue working here, working for you, working with you, collaborating with you. And that Three of Pentacles, like being your friend. I'm willing to do this, but something has to change here. Something needs to be more reciprocal. I can't be the only one showing up ready to work on the friendship, the family connection, the romantic partnership. I can't be the only one in the department doing all the work. And meanwhile, I don't get paid as much as everyone else. I just see you having a conversation here with someone. Then we have the Knight of Cups to the Star. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is this individual. Tell me about that Knight of Cups. One more shuffle. There could be an apology here. Yes. Whenever I say something, I immediately have an ace. For me, it's just like the universe doubling down on the message. So yes, there is an apology here, or some type of offer to bring this imbalanced connection you know, to move it forward in a way where it's more balanced. Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So you are receiving an apology. This is, I'm very sorry. You're right. You know, I haven't been spending a lot of time with you, or I did overlook you for a raise the last 2, 3, 4 years, however long it's been. There's a sincere apology, even if this is like a friend where you feel like I'm always there for them, but they're not there for me. There is a sincere apology here, and then an offer. So there's something like, I'm so sorry, you're right, I'm going to do better. Or we're going to come up with, a, you know, some type of bonus package for you, or something like that. This person is willing to make good on it. The Star. Tell me about the Star. Tell me about the Star here. Okay. The Star, and I'm taking them because they flipped over. This is the Page of Swords, so it's that conversation, Seven of Pentacles, that you've been so worried about. And then the Eight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. So this person helps you resolve any of the doubts, fears, and insecurities that you have in the After Tarot deck. Through this conversation, this individual is holding the Ace of Swords. They're wiping out 8 swords. 8 swords is, you know, worry and anxiety. So the discussion you have with this person absolves you of that. And there is, I don't know if it's an agreement here, but there seems to be a promise of some kind that I will work to do better. I'll be a better friend, a better family member, a better lover, a better boss, etc., etc. 10 of Swords. Tell me about the 10 of Swords. Tell me about the 10 of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. 10 of Swords is clarified by the Sun. We go right back to that Sun. The 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. The person does not make good on the offer. So I think for most of you, you're having this discussion very early on. Now, with the 2 4 Wands cards, this could just be you having a conversation with a contractor. Maybe they've been working on your house for a long time, you know, and you could be saying something like, hey, I paid you for goods and services and you're not delivering, you know, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll have a crew out there tomorrow. And then a week goes by and there's no crew. So like I said, there's someone here that you have some type of financial interest with, or you've just known for a long time, especially if it's like friend, family member, lover. The feeling here is you've given them the benefit of the doubt. You waited in that 7 of Pentacles and they did not make good. And the 5 of Wands, now there's an argument. There's a disagreement. It's not cutting words, at least not yet. But there is a little anger in you because I was going to discontinue this. You promised me you would do different or be different. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. And now I feel forced, 10 of Swords, to end this because I feel backstabbed or betrayed. Like, I believed you. Strength. You know, you said the next paycheck I was going to get X amount of dollars and I didn't. I believed you. I was going to quit last week or 2 weeks ago, but you told me to wait. So there's a little anger on your part because you feel lied to or you feel deceived. One more shuffle. Thank you. Strength is clarified by 7 of Cups. We go back to that 7 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands, which is your next card. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. The feeling here is I can't do this anymore. This person's a liar, or I can't trust them, or they very easily betray me. This person, I can't say that. I'm trying to think of another way. Sometimes I get things to say and I can't say it. This person's not worth their salt. This person is a dishonest person. This is someone who makes a promise, and I'll explain to you why I'm saying that. 1, I'm an intuitive reader, but 2, the 4 of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, this is someone holding on, but they're also met by the scorpionic energy of letting go. So it's almost like, oh, this person talked a good game, 7 of Cups, Neptune and Pisces, daydream, fantasy, wishes fulfilled. I'm going to take care of this, Taurus. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to do better, be better, etc., etc. And then it was only like a lie just to keep you there. So you didn't quit, or you didn't walk out, or you didn't end the connection. Met with scorpionic energy of the Death card. It's like they only said that to hold on to me. They had no intention of doing well or doing right by me. We see in the After Tarot deck, you're looking at this person and you're wounded. There's a bandage on your head. You're like, I can't believe I fell for this again. And with that, I believe you are deciding to end this. Clarify that 9 of Wands here. I don't think you're doing it immediately. But the feeling here is I can't trust him. One more shuffle. Thank you. 9 of Wands is clarified by the Chariot, the Devil, and the Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. This person does what is best for them. This person will say anything they have to say to get their way in the moment, so the connection doesn't end. And I think you're seeing that this person doesn't only do that with you, they probably do this with other people as well. This is a good talker. This is a smooth operator. This is someone who says what they have to say in the moment. They might use sexuality for some of you if you have that type of connection with them. But it's just to hook you. It's just to keep you stuck. And you're realizing that this is a pattern. The Nine of Wands is also a card of patterns. It is a card of the wounded warrior. So it's not the first time that you've had this experience with this person. And you're seeing them for what they are, which is someone who just talks a good game. But they, at the very core of them, they are a liar or someone that you can't really trust. Ten of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups and the World card, and you go right back there to that World card, and Judgment. So this is like, in the interest of self, I have to put an end to this. I can't bother with this person anymore. I can't trust them anymore. Ten of Swords. Clarify that Ten of Swords. We have a flipper, so we'll take it. Where's the flipper? The flipper is the Two of Wands, the decision here that you're making. This is the decision you're stuck on. I just noticed how the cards were shuffling. So that decision, this is the same person. Two of Wands. Clarify that Ten of Swords. Two more cards, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Wands, the decision. Ten of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. I don't want to have anything to do with this person. In your deck, the Devil, we have two people shackled to the podium that the Devil presides over. So again, it's like this person just talked a good game or whatever to trap me, so I wouldn't move on from them. But in the After Tarot deck, the individuals are not shackled anymore to one another or the Devil. They're actually free. So the feeling here on your part is, I'm better off elsewhere. Two of Wands, Ten of Cups, and Nine of Pentacles. Nines are very singular in tarot. Think about the Hermit, Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups there. So it's almost like I'm going to move in another direction. I'm going to make a decision that is best for me, where I could find happiness elsewhere, because happiness cannot be found here. We're going from this pentacle resource that you had of the Ten of Pentacles invested with this person, whoever they are, and we're going right here to the Nine. So there's a feeling here of I need to now plan. Two of Wands sometimes is a card of planning. I need to plan how to move on from this. So your decision here is final in July, that you don't want anything to do with this person. I don't see a definitive end though, so I don't think you're going to abruptly quit your job, fire the contractor, stop talking to the friend, excommunicate the family member, file for divorce. I don't see that, but I do see you planning on when you will be doing that. So now let's take a look into August, because August, it looks here, that Three of Wands, where you initially were like, I don't know what I'm doing. Now you know what you're doing it, but you're keeping it to yourself. Justice to the High Priestess to the Three of Wands. There's some plan here that you're creating to move on from whomever, whatever this is. It could be for some of you now, if this has anything to do with legal, and that doesn't always have to mean divorce or marriage, but anything like a legal contract. And like I said, if it's someone working on your home, you might be talking to an attorney here in August. And if it's not an attorney, then this is just you keeping a secret on how you're going to move on from this. Tell me more about that. Justice, High Priestess to the Three of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Two of Swords, that decision that you didn't know how to make before. The Emperor, oh, you know how to make it now. Judgment. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles. I do believe you are speaking to someone else here in August. And that could be, you've decided you're leaving this job and you're now interviewing with new employers. You know, you're getting a divorce. This could be the attorney. But there's a decision here that you feel, I have to do what is in my own best interest. Aries is very me, myself, and I, if you will. It's the first sign of the zodiac. So this, I have to take action on my own behalf. That Page of Pentacles tells me you're learning. You're talking to someone. Five of Wands, Six of Wands. How to gain victory over this, we'll just call it a contract, whether it's marital, financial, legal. You're speaking to someone else here. Magician, Page of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Tell me more about that. One more shuffle. Thank you. So the Devil returns. So in August, the Hermit and the Fool. Bottom of the deck, the Empress, and that is your major arcana card. So it's almost like In the interim, until I can officially move away in August, you're going to continue to have strict boundaries with this person. They will attempt to cross them or take advantage of you. I don't see you doing anything. There's a feeling here. Look at that Fool to the Hermit to the Devil. It's almost like, yeah, I just have to put up with this for a little bit more. And I don't know what a little bit more is for you, Taurus. Another month, another year, another 3 years. But the feeling here is like, I'm not even going to let this bother me, because I'm not in this for the duration. That Hermit is looking at that Devil, and right behind it is the Fool card, which is a new beginning. So it's like just a matter of time. I don't have to deal with you anymore, so I'm not even going to bother engaging. I have my boundaries, and that's it. And other than that, I don't really need to be confrontational with this person. So your decision here is to move on. But again, I don't see you formally doing it. I just see you formally creating the plan in August. And we'll know more about that when we do the August reading, of course. Let's get you some oracle cards, and then we'll close it out with some kippers. Let's get an oracle card here, please. 3 cards for Taurus for July. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have Vision, which is very much 3 of Wands, Light of Life, and Heritage. Bottom of the deck, we have Self-Awareness. I'll read these to you in a second, Taurus. Let's get 3 more oracle cards here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Spiritual Journey, Hidden Cave, Balanced Cross, bottom of the deck, Flowing River. Vision, look to the future with foresight and make wise choices. And we see you doing that here where you're like, I don't know what to do. I need to employ some strategy here. Hello, Taurus. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to say it again because it happened in the Aries reading. Clearly a pre-shadow Mercury retrograde glitch. So let me continue here with what I was saying. Your first card was Vision. I'm not sure where that cut off at. But the 3 of Wands to the Vision card is looking forward into the future and wanting to make the best choice for yourself. You have Spiritual Journey, life's path is ever evolving, embracing the twists and turns. And I think that's what you're realizing here. Like whoever this person is, yes, they were part of my life's journey up until now, but not all soul connections are meant to stay with us for the duration of our journey. And I think you're realizing that. Light of Life, you have embraced your unique glow, however small, and you are lighting the way ahead. And again, I feel like this is very carefully creating some plan here on how to like extradite yourself from this or move on from this. And we have Hidden Cave, secrets are revealed, trust in your discoveries. I'm not sure if you're actually like finding out, you know, something here, some type of secret. That was not the energy I picked up on. This just seems more to be like you are discovering or realizing that this person is completely untrustworthy. Again, this is someone that you have a history with. So there's a pattern here with this person. You have Heritage, cherish the wisdom from the past, which again, I think you're looking at this and saying, yep, they did it to me again, promised something again, and didn't fulfill it. And now you're moving towards the future. And then you have Balance Cross, seek harmony, align your body, mind, and spirit. Taurus, I think that's all you were trying to do with this person from the beginning. I think you were just trying to create here with them some level of reciprocity, right? To some degree. You have self-awareness here. Understand your inner needs and your true feelings. You're acknowledging, I need this from this particular person if I'm going to continue engaging with them. And then you have Flowing River. Flow with life's currents. Adaptability is your strength. And we have the Strength card here for you as well. So yeah, I don't really feel like this is someone that you truly, at the end of the day, wanted to break away from. This almost seems to be like, I have no choice but to do this. Let's get you a couple of kippers now to close out your message. 2 cards here for that top row. We have Community upside down. And then on its side, we have Child. So again, that feeling here seems to be, I don't know if I can continue working with this person. Can I birth this connection? Can I nurture this connection? Rebirth this connection? Is this connection salvageable? 2 cards here for the center. We have the Thief. That's that 7 of Swords energy here in this deck. And then we have Concern. I'm afraid that if I keep moving forward, that I will be sabotaging myself, continuing to engage with this person. And then when they make you this promise, your concern here is, okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I am worried, right? 9 of Swords here. I am worried that they might do this again to me. that they might break a promise again. And 2 cards here for that final row. Bad health. And imprisonment. Bottom of the deck, poverty. So whatever promise they make here, it's very quick after that. You realize, no, this is not going to change. This connection is bad health. If I continue to stay in it or with it, or like, again, working for this person, dating this person, married to this person, I'm just trapping myself here. This is a cycle. This is a cycle, and this connection, I almost feel like it's beyond repair. We have poverty, we have false person, and we have message. Yeah, whatever promise here they're breaking, for some of you, maybe there's a secret here coming out, but the feeling here is that false person is very much like a 7 of Swords card in this deck. And it's just like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And the feeling here is, I need to move on. House, toil and labor in marriage. It's possible for someone, for some of you, that this is a someone that you're married to, but I typically see the marriage card in this deck as just someone that you have a soul contract with. And we go back to that spiritual journey card, where like you understand that this person was on your path, but that doesn't mean that they have to stay on your path moving forward. That is what I have for you, Taurus, for July 2026. Again, I apologize for that Mercury retrograde glitch. I imagine it's going to happen for the next, 10 zodiac signs as well. So I apologize, but that is what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that on your mobile device. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.